How you doing? So today is April 20th. It is opening night at Central Missouri Speedway. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. Still kind of struggling financially a little bit. Don't have the money to get new tires. I probably got enough tires to, start the night off and everything. That's not so much of a problem, but didn't want to run a short on cash because next weekend my daughter has a bowling tournament in Joplin, Missouri, and we're going out of town for that. So the first two races of the year I'm going to miss. Just how things shake out. It is what it is. It's life, and I'd do anything for my daughter. So next weekend we're going to Joplin to watch her bowl. So as many of you know, I'm a machinist by trade. I really enjoy building stuff on my own, taking things apart, seeing how they all work. I ran into a little bit of an issue where I need to be able to check the spring rate on some springs. I've got, there's 4 springs in the car. There's at least one of them that I don't know what the spring rate is. It's really important to know that stuff because that's how you make the car handle better. You can swap springs in and out. Unfortunately, with you don't know what the spring is, it's really kind of hard to tell what it's going to do. So this is a rear spring out of the race car, and a lot of your springs will have, yeah, I know it's super hard to tell, guys, but that number right there at 175 tells you that it is a 175 pound spring. Okay, that's good. But unfortunately, I still got one that's in the car that I don't know what it is, and I was trying to think of a way to measure the spring rate on it. They do sell coil spring testers to where it'll actually give you a reading. I'll put a picture of it right here so you know what I'm dealing with. Well, me in my infinite, not quite autism, pretty close to autism, it got stuck in my head. And I wanted to build one of these things. I thought, no problem. All it is a hydraulic cylinder with a gauge on it. I can build the cylinder at work. I'm a machinist, no big deal. We'll get this thing done. And then it rolled around in my head a couple more times. I'm like, we don't need to go that far. So I think I have a way to test these springs. And that's what you're going to see today. So what I've done, this is an old press that I got when I was go-kart racing. I was actually using it for to break go-kart tires down, to push the tire down off the bead. A little hydraulic jack goes right here, a little bitty jack. Had a steel ring, pushes down on the go-kart tire itself to bust the tire off the bead. So, stopped at Walmart last night, got a cheap scale. That's a jack out of my pickup truck. This is what we're going to do. All we have to do is put a force on this spring to crush it down 1 inch. You just collapse the spring 1 inch, get a reading on the scale of what that is at that time when that thing's collapsed 1 inch, and you should be good to go. It should tell you what the spring rate is. Zero the scale out. Rock and roll. Alright, so we know that the spring is 13 inches tall, and in order to get a reading, we got to compress it 1 inch. Here we go. And yes, it looks very janky, and it's kind of scary to operate. Nothing like having a spring that's compressed and got tension behind it. don't want it shooting out of here. Ooh, come back. Come back here. A little too far. It's roughly 12 inches. Let's see what we got. About 160 pounds. Now, I already looked at the spring beforehand. It is marked. It says it's a 175 pound spring. However, I don't know how old that spring is, so it's probably lost a little bit of tension over time. I don't know how accurate the scale is. It seemed to weigh a little heavy whenever I was on it. So it's in the ballpark. Is it super accurate? Absolutely not. Is it enough to get me by? Yes, it is. I think I'm out 14 bucks on this whole rig. So that being said, I'm going to jack this car up. I'm going to pull the other spring out that I don't know what it is. Figure out a general weight to what I have. And then we'll go from there. Get everything wrote down in a notepad. And sorry for the short video, guys, but I had this, I don't know, I had free time in my head the other day and I got to thinking about this. I'm like, there's got to be a way to do it cheaper than having to buy a whole ass machine. So we got it made and it works. So there we are. If you made it this far in the video, please like, share, subscribe, do all those things. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, spring's up. Let's go. Okay. Ouch. Okay, I don't believe... Oh. I really hope that's not right. This is a 250 pound spring. Or is it a 130 pound spring? Nobody really knows. So we're gonna smash it. Almost there. Okay, that's about 1 inch. Ooh, wow. So this is what we got. As soon as I find the zoom, there we go. It's about 190 pounds. Yeah, so that's a lot heavier than I'm wanting. It needs to be a lot lighter than that. Alright, well now I know the rate of that spring, which is pretty awesome. Because I didn't know what it was before. And the numbers are kind of sketchy on the side of it, so we'll see what happens. We'll try to get something else in this thing and go from there. Guys, once again, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, do all those things. Really appreciate it. Come check me out on Twitch, Pigpen13, PIGPIN13. For live content, I do a lot of iRacing, a lot of first-person shooter stuff, some simulator stuff. Really appreciate it. I don't know what's going to happen as far as next week goes, if I'm going to get a video out or not. I may just wait and do a big one for the first race of the year. Until next time, good God. Until next time, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. See you guys.